Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing my update on my No Pan Left Behind project that I'm doing. I have 146 palettes plus, I'm sure I'm at 150 now, to be honest, because I've been bringing some palettes in and I still need to do my palette declutter. Guys, I've been backed up. I just got back from my daughter's softball game, why I'm wearing softball gear here, and I haven't done my declutter yet, but I do need to rotate in some new palettes for me to meet my goals on and getting some use out of my eyeshadow palettes. I think I'm gonna film that right after this video. It's hard because I was trying to go through my eyeshadow palette list and try to get rid of palettes that I already used from, it's a hot mess over here, guys. I've just been busy and I have not yet decluttered my collection. So we're just gonna go ahead and take some of these palettes out and bring some in. So if you'd love to see what palettes I will be bringing in, definitely continue watching. Also, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and let's just go ahead and jump right in. So again, I'm saying I don't have an updated list. I'm sure I'm over 150 palettes now. I still need to declutter. That is on my to-do list. I'm probably gonna try to do this after this video or tomorrow, but I'm just trying to bring in some new palettes to use. I still have to go through my list, my eyeshadow palette list, and add everything in too. So that's gonna be a little struggle there. So I have a lot on my to-do list and I'm just trying to get some palettes into my collection. And since my makeup's done, I'm trying to film because tomorrow's Sunday and I might just be chilling with no makeup on. So we're gonna start off with the palettes that I'm rotating out, and I do still have 4 palettes left into this project. Yeah, 10 palettes are getting rolled out, so that's how many palettes I used this past month or the last time that I last filmed this video. I'm all over the place like always. So we're gonna go ahead and just jump right in. I did bring these two in and I already no pan left behind these. These are baby Natasha Denona mini Starlights palette. And then I also had picked up the mini eye sculpt palette and I had a credit on Natasha Denona and I decided to go ahead and pick these up, and then Bloom came out. So I was like, I could have so gotten Bloom instead of these because this is beautiful color story, but it is kind of too light for my complexion. This is really light. It's still pretty. Obviously, I'm still going to keep it. And then this one's really good as well. This will be perfect to travel with. And I know Pan left behind these as well. So these two were brought into my collection this past month and already got my use out of those. This I enjoyed so much. This is a Viseart Serenus palette. One of the new palettes that they came out with, I don't know when. But this is what the color story looks like. It is beautiful. I loved every single look I did using this palette. I'm like, what am I trying to say? But this is beautiful. So super nice. You guys see blue right here, but on this view of my view, it's a duochrome. I see purple. I don't know if you guys can see the different shifts on that color, but this palette is beautiful. I loved how smoky my looks were. I've just been really enjoying more neutral looks. I'm getting older and I just feel like I need more sophisticated and more everyday appropriate looks than using color. Like if you have been following me for a while, you know that I usually bring in colorful eyeshadow palettes into my collection. That's what I was into, is just bringing in colorful eyeshadows, and now I'm in this era where I just want like neutral everyday shades, and the pops of color are like my clothing pieces. So I've been kind of shifting what I like to use on the eyes, or colorful eye looks. Next up is the ColourPop New Moon palette. And this packaging is beautiful. And this is what the color story looks like. Very beautiful, warm tone palette. Really enjoyed these. I don't really enjoy these like glittery shades. This one was one of them. I didn't really enjoy that one, but overall, this is a really nice color story. Again, very moody, very nice. I really enjoyed this palette. So this one is done as well. I tried to take looks of palettes that I used, but I just failed. I have a few to share with you guys, but another one that I used was my Limoncello palette by ColourPop. This one was really nice as well. I really enjoyed this too, but I felt like it was more on the brighter, like, obviously you can see like yellow colors there, but still overall a beautiful palette. I still enjoyed it and I used all those shades. The next one was my Adept Cosmetics and Heather Austin collab, and this is what it looks like. I really enjoyed the shimmers in here. I was actually really impressed with this yellow. I only had to use these 3 shades not to to finish No Pan Left Behinding this, and I did a look with them for work, and I actually really enjoyed this yellow in the crease. And this is a duochrome. It's yellow and green and orange. I don't know, maybe it's a triochrome, who knows, but this is beautiful. I really enjoyed that shade. I love the Adept Cosmetics shimmer formula more than the mattes. The mattes I feel like are a little drier, but the shimmers are super, super nice. And then the next one I actually pulled in during, while I was No Pan Left Behinding, and I just have colorful shades left to use up. You guys will see I'm about done with these palettes, so these will be done soon. Definitely by the next update, that is my goal. But I pulled in my Glam palette by Natasha Denona, and as you can see here, these are the shades. And actually, this is also the palette I have on my eyes, I believe. Yeah, I used these two to finish off this palette, and then I used the black in the Harvest of Souls palette. But beautiful, again, everyday shades, and I really like the way my eyeshadow came out. I think it's nice, beautiful, and smoky. Okay, 3 more to share with you all. Next up that I used up is my Violet Intendu palette by Viseart, and this one was beautiful as well. A lot of like purpley toned looks that I did with this one, mauve toned looks, very beautiful palette, and really enjoyed this palette here. And I really like the Viseart formula, really, really nice. Another Viseart palette is just the, what is this one called? This one is the Neutral Matte Eyeshadow Palette. Just a whole bunch of matte shades, which worked out super well because I had so many shimmer shades to use. And this is just a beautiful everyday, again, neutral browns, color story, perfect for everyday use, so I used that up. And then lastly was my Blend Bunny Cosmetics, the Dollhouse palette. I actually really like this palette, but I feel like I have a lot of these shades, like repetitive shades in my collection. As you can see here, it's just like a really big palette. I thought about decluttering, but I actually really enjoyed the matte shades in here. They're definitely more colorful, but on the muted side. I just really enjoyed them. I really enjoyed this palette, and I don't know. I think I might just give it another chance and not declutter it whenever I do my eyeshadow palette declutter. I really need to do that ASAP. Okay, the last 4 palettes that are left. So again, I did use up 10 of my palettes this past month, and now I have 4 palettes left. So I still have to use Harvest of Souls. This palette is so beautiful. I've never, what brand is this? Fantasy Cosmetica. This is the only palette I've ever tried from them. I only created 1 look using this palette, and it was the purples, and I actually used the black today. Oh wait, it's not this one. This is not the black I used for my eye look, because this is like green. I used a different palette, which I'll share here soon. But I only did a purple look with this palette. I still have the rest of the palette to use, so this is still staying in this project for the next round. Okay, the black that I used was in this palette. This is a Poison Garden by Bella Beauté. This formula is super nice as well. I only have this corner left to use, these 2 and this blue left. And oh, I guess I still have this one to use as well. So this one's about done. I can get it done soon, hopefully, definitely by the next update. This shimmer right here is stunning. You see purple? It also turns green. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is such a beautiful shadow. I was really impressed with a lot of the shimmers in this palette. This one right here, this one's like a blue purple. This one's like a multi-chrome colored shadow. Well, not multi-chrome, but it has so many shimmers in it. This formula has really impressed me. I even enjoyed this orange right here. It looks yellow, but it's also orange. So many duochromes in here. The formula is super nice. I'm definitely interested in trying more of their brand, but again, I'm trying to not buy so many colorful palettes. Like I really wanted the Odin's Eye and Morgan Turner collab because I love Morgan Turner. I watch a lot of her videos, most of her videos, but I'm like, do I need it? Like that's a lot of purple. I have purples in my collection, but I have every shade at this point, right? But I was thinking that I might pick it up when they do their restock. If I make it for their restock, I'll pick it up, and if it ends up selling out, then it's fine. But this formula for Bella Beauté, I was very impressed, and this one, just using it once, doing that purple look, I was impressed as well. Those are the only palettes I have from Fantasy Cosmetica and Bella Beauté, and I've really been enjoying them. This one, I just need one more look. This is the Melt Cosmetics Amore Mariposas palette, and I actually only have the greens left to use in this palette, so I still need to use this one and these 2 shades right there, and then I will be done with this palette. This is very pigmented. I believe this is a pigment palette. Is that what I'm trying to say? Pigment. Yeah, pigment palette. Kind of like the Norvina palettes. Very pigmented and beautiful as well. I wore a green look to work one day and I felt like it was a little too much for my liking. I feel like purple is very wearable, but I did a look with the next palette, which is Serenity. It was like purple in my crease and I did like a dark blue on the outer corner, like to smoke it out. And I was like in love with that palette. I'm really into cool tone looks right now. And the green just felt like it was out of my box for work. I don't know, but I still enjoyed this palette. And then again, lastly, I just have my Cosmic Beauty brushes, Serenity palette. And these two were the shades that I had, which was this purple with the blue. Like I did this in the crease and this in the outer corner. I don't remember. I think I used one of the shimmers from the Glam palette on the lid. And I was like in love with that look. I really loved the way that came out. For this palette here, I just need to use this shimmer, which is a duochrome. It looks white, but has like a blue shift, and these two shades still. This palette has been lingering and lingering on. If you've been watching my No Pan Left Behind updates since last year, this has been just sailing by, you know, cruising by, whatever the word is, but I only have 3 more shades in here. Hopefully by the next update, I will have it done. So those are it. Those are the palettes I used up. So I used up 10. I think I'm going to pick 10 more again. And hopefully I will have my eyeshadow palettes declutter by tomorrow. If not, next week sometime, hopefully. And then I could update this. So I might have some palettes in here that are already No Pans Left Behind. Let me save because I just got rid of some, but I didn't go through it all. So I still... Okay, let me back it up a little bit. So last year, I No Pan Left Behind 70 palettes, and now I'm at 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So right now I'm at 11 palettes, and we're in March, so yes. So I decided to keep on going with my palettes, and whatever I already have No Pan Left Behind from last year, I'm Xing those out, like Xing them. I'm not going to be No Pan Left Behind anymore because I'm trying to keep going into my collection. And hopefully by the time I actually declutter, I can have an updated list and then I can edit my list based off of what I've already used this year. And maybe I can start over. We will see. But I don't know if that makes any sense, but I'm trying to use off the rest of my palettes because I was pretty much halfway-ish through my collection. I'm not making any sense, I'm sure, but let's go ahead and spin the wheel. So anything I've already used, I'm not going to No Pan Left Behind. So if I've already No Pan Left Behind it, I'm going to pick something else. So I got Blend Bunny Longing. That is a new palette I have not used yet, so yay. That's more of a colorful palette though. I have a palette coming in the mail. It's on the way, and I picked up the Lisa Aldridge Betty palette. I think it's really cute. It's colorful again, which I'm over here like, I need to not buy colorful palettes. But I've never tried Lisa Aldridge palettes, and I kind of was intrigued. I watched a couple of reviews, and they were very impressed with it. So I figured, let's go ahead and try out the brand with this new limited edition palette. Try it out. Her cat's super cute. Like, I've never seen a cat those shades of the fur. Kaleidos VR Nia. Oh my goodness. Color. That's funny. I really need to declutter. Pat McGrath Venus in Fleur. Pat McGrath Venus in Fleur. I feel like I've used that one already. Venus in Fleur. Oh, I think that's the quad. This is really hard to be able to not reuse palettes. I don't know. I might just start over. We will see. I'm just going to write it down. I was trying to go through my list and like take off everything I've used already from last year, but that's like too much work. I just really need to declutter and edit my list and just roll from there. Beauty Bay Wilderness. I did already No Pan Left Behind that last year, and I think I'm going to declutter that because it has a lot of colorful shades and it's more on the drier side. I have better palettes to use. Pat McGrath Utopian Dream. I haven't used this yet. Let's see. I don't know. Pat McGrath. I'm just starting over. This is too much work. I'm not even prepared with like taking out palettes I already used on my list, and I'm looking back like, oh well, like I wasn't prepared. I'm just gonna No Pan Left Behind it. Huda Beauty, Huda Nude Medium. Huda Nude Medium. I think Huda. Oh, Huda Beauty. My daughter also helped me. Nude Medium. I had her put the names on the list for me. So, Kaleidos Astro Pink. Ooh, I think I already. I had no pan left behind that one already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Kaleidos Lunar Lavender. This one I already know pen left behind. I'm gonna skip that one. There's a lot of Kaleidos. What the heck? ABH Norvina Volume 1. This is one I'm going to declutter, so I'm not even going to put it in here. I already put it on the side, so. And I know pen left behind that one last year. Oh my gosh. ColourPop Nightmare Before Christmas. Okay, I think I have a lot of color. So I think I'll do one more. And then I will pick the last 3 myself. Pat McGrath Divine Rose. Oh, that would be a nice one. That's like an everyday pinky tone palette. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna pick 3 more off of camera, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Technically, I guess I only need 2, but I'll pick 3. And I will be right back to share with you guys what all these palettes look like. Okay, so the 4, my dog is making a noise. So the 4 palettes that are still staying in this round is Fantasy Cosmetica Harvest of Moons, the Cosmic Beauty Serenity palette, the Melt Cosmetics Amor y Mariposas palette, and lastly, the Poison Garden by Bella Beauty. 3 of the 4 palettes literally have like 3 to 4 shades left for me to use. So these should be done by the next update for sure. And a lot of these other ones should be as well. Okay, so I'm gonna show you all the other palettes that got rolled in. So the first one is the Pat McGrath Mothership. It just says Mothership, okay. Mothership Utopian Dream. And I keep the boxes to mine. I just kind of separated right now, but this is what it looks like. Very beautiful, colorful, but wearable in my opinion. So I feel like a lot of these palettes I will get done. Like, I will have a lot of these palettes rolled out by the next update. And then the next one that I have is my Divine Rose, right? I'm surprised she doesn't have the names of the palettes back here. She just has like the number of them. But this is Divine Rose, and the palettes for that one is this one right here. I love these packaging. I keep it because I think it's beautiful. So this one should be beautiful to use as well. I'm excited to have 2 Pat McGrath palettes to use this time around. Okay, the next palettes that I have, the first one here is the ColourPop the Nightmare Before Christmas palette, and this is what it looks like. So the color is coming back. I'll tell you guys, there was a point where I was super into color and I decided to buy all this colorful palettes. And now I'm like, what are you doing wearing all this color? But anyways, Huda Beauty Nude Medium. Remember, I was like, what is Huda Nude Medium? This is the palette, and very wearable, beautiful tones for every day. This will be nice to use. Pat McGrath Venus and Fleur. There's a lot of Pat McGrath this time around. This is beautiful, a quad. This should be done fairly easily, and these shimmers in here are stunning as well. So this is super nice. I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of these palettes done for the next round because there are a lot of smaller palettes. This one's the BR Neon palette. This one might be in another round. This one's very colorful and bright. We will see, but overall very beautiful. It was limited edition, so I don't think I would get rid of that. We'll see. This one's the Astro Pinks by Kaleidos, and I believe I already know pen left behind this, but I can't keep track of what I already did and didn't use. So this is what this palette looks like. Very beautiful. So we will be no pen left behind it. And then the last one that I rolled in was my Blend Bunny Longing palette. This one has not been used. It's been in my new palette drawer forever. A lot of cool tone, dark looks that I will be creating. I'm excited. Actually, it's colorful, but muted, but deep and really, really pretty. Purples, grays, blues, teals, browns, neutral browns, greens, very beautiful palette. I'm actually excited to use this palette because it's color but not like super in your face, so this will be nice. And then I ended up picking 2 palettes to use on my own, and of course I picked more everyday neutral palettes. So the first one, this one I'm kind of on the fence about. So this one's the Too Faced Born This Way, the Natural Nudes. This is what the outer packaging looks like. I remember when I last used this, I wasn't impressed with the mattes, and the shimmers were kind of on the drier side, so that's why I decided to pull this in before I decide to declutter. I've been saying that for what, the past month or two, that I need to declutter, and I haven't yet, but I want to use this to make sure I want to keep it in my collection. And it might be one that I test out even if I do end up decluttering later today or tomorrow, because I want to test it out. I would love to keep it if it's not as bad as I remember it being. Just the formula felt dry. And then the last palette that I picked out for my collection is the Lunar Beauty times Laura Lee, the Full Fantasy. This is also another new palette in my collection that's been chilling in the new makeup drawer. And this is what the inside looks like. Again, very beautiful wearable shades to use with pops of color. So this will be nice to use here and there throughout the month. And I really like the Lunar Beauty formula. I haven't tried Laura Lee Cosmetics in a while. I have her niece's collab, I can't think of the name, but I didn't think that one was very pigmented, but Lunar Beauty, I really like his formula, so I think this is the Lunar Beauty formula. I'm not sure, but this is getting rolled in. So those are all the palettes that I'll be working on the next few weeks, the next month, and we will go from there. Yeah. This was a long one. I'm sorry if I was all over the place, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you're doing a no pan left behind. I'd love to check out your update. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.